Hey everybody, welcome to Life of Sunny Lea, and we've been busy this week. I got a new weed eater whacker that actually is it's got a saw blade on it. And I've been out here working in the garden, getting those taller weeds out. It's not bad, it works fairly well. Anyway, I've been busy. I got a lot done. And I also, let's see, Monday, well, Sunday, Doug went back to Ohio, and he's getting things packed up, getting ready to move out. And this is the weed whacker with the saw blade on the end. And see, I'll show you what I did the other day. Now the battery on this thing is working really well. And I got quite a bit done the first day with just one charge of the battery. And I'll show you what I all got done. The garden's looking pretty good, actually. This wire's hanging down really low again. Okay, this Monday, I took all the weeds around this trellis I didn't use this year. Took all the weeds around the cement blocks that I was going to make the compost bin. Decided not to. Took all the weeds off the trellis garden. I was going to put the cantaloupe on this year and didn't get around to it. I started to take that weed out, but it is covered with bees. And there's not that many flowers right now, so I am just leaving this for the bees to enjoy. I got some more over here. I also cleaned up all this area, which was supposed to be the flower garden, which never got planted this year. Again, more of those type of weeds that the bees are just loving. They're all over these plants, so I'm leaving them for them. This is supposed to be the bee garden anyway. I did trim out some of the deadhead, some of the plants in the bee garden. And this is where the first battery left out. And then the second battery I did between the greenhouses here and between the greenhouses here. And then I quit for the day. There was still juice in the battery. I just quit. And on Tuesday, I cleaned out between here, and most of this, a lot of this I had to hoe by hand because the watermelon vines were in it and I had to get them out. I got one watermelon I'm going to take in, see if it's ready. It was off the vine, so we're going to take it in and hopefully it will be good. We picked the tomatoes and retrellised those that need to be put up. Got that done. Still a lot of green tomatoes on there. We picked a whole sack full of red and a whole sack full of green. And the ones that I'm doing now are mainly going to be given away because we've got the freezer full. And then my big accomplishment on Tuesday was getting this low greenhouse cleaned out. Before, when I started, you could not even walk into it. It had one tomato plant, or two tomato plants actually, that had actually outgrown. And I have no idea how it ever did it because I never came in here and watered them or anything. I just put the irrigation system on and it did not go to that tomato plant. But it got enough rain somehow or another that this plant went crazy. And I took over 3/4 of this plant off just to get into it. And then I got this rest trellised up this way. These are not my favorite ones, but I'll take whatever I can get. I kind of like these in salads. I don't like these frozen. So, that was Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, I got here and I took care of the melon patch. I weeded it, took all the weeds around the outside, and took a couple of watermelons in. They turned out to be great. And my husband moved the cement blocks that were an eyesore here. He put those into storage for me. So that's taken care of. We did trim out the bee garden a little bit. But this is a bee garden. This is a wild plant, but the bees are loving it, so I'm leaving it. It's a bee garden. What the heck? On Thursday, this is a pile of weeds, not weeds, but vines and stuff I took out of the high greenhouse. We moved the trellis that was here down to one of the raised beds because I want this area so I can just mow it and not worry about going around beds. The inside here, I got 3/4 of the green beans seeds harvested. I still got that little bit right there to do. Cut back a lot of the cucumbers. Found a lot of cucumbers in there. Still got a couple of zucchinis to harvest. And here's where I moved the trellis to. Decided I'm not going to do broccoli or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts outside next year. I had really good luck with them inside 2 years ago, so I might try those again and put the cucumbers out here. These po beans never really did any good this year, so I'm not worried about them too much. The only other thing that we did, or my husband did, is he cleared the blackberry patch out for me. So it looks so much better. And I took the old canes and cut them off and staked up these new canes for next year. I will have come back out here and trim them back so they grow more lateral branches. He also got the 2 of the grapes weeded, so that's taken care of. There's another one back there to weed and that little flower pot patch there to weed. But I'm wore out for today, so that's it for Thursday. I took Friday off from working out in the garden, and I did work in the garden. I worked in the garden by collecting the seeds that I'm going to use for next year's harvest. I harvested 3/4 of the green bean seeds on Thursday, and Friday morning I shelled them and put them in containers for next year. I did the cucumber. The cucumber, I'm not for sure how many of these seeds are going to be good. The cucumber was yellow. It was overripe and everything. And what you do is you basically open them up, scoop out the seeds, put them in water, leave them ferment for a few days, and the seeds that sink to the bottom are good. The ones that stay on top floating are not good. So we're going to see if any of those seeds are good. And if not, I'll try it again with another cucumber that's out there that's still turning yellow. And then I did the sugar baby watermelon seeds. So I have my watermelon seeds and my green bean seeds for next year. Not so sure about this cucumber. This is straight 8 cucumber. And I have this Armenian cucumber yet that I'm thinking maybe it might be ready. I'll have to open it up today and see if it's ready or not. And you do the same thing with it. You put it in water, and if the seeds are good, they'll sink to the bottom. If they're not, they'll float on top. So that is what I did on Friday morning. And I didn't work out in the garden because I knew I had a doctor's appointment on Friday afternoon. And I'm happy to report that everything turned out fine. It was the shortest doctor's appointment I ever think I had. He came in, he smiled, and he goes, "Don't have anything to tell you. Everything turned out good." And I did have 2 lower numbers, but they weren't, or higher numbers. But he said they weren't anything to be concerned about. So that was a great news. A lot of people dread going to the dentist. I have this more of a dread of going to the doctor. It's not a fear or anything. It's just like, oh gosh, what's he going to tell me? So I was very happy that turned out well. And then on Saturday, Bill and Chris had to go to Indy. And so it meant I had the house to myself. So I took care of the animals, and then I cleaned the house, which needed it very badly since we've been outside all week, and did some laundry. And did pickles. Working on freezer pickles and cucumber pickle relish. So that's what I did on Saturday. So it's been a very busy week, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And we had some little bit cooler weather, so it was nice working out in the garden. It's supposed to heat up again this week, so we'll see how that goes. I like being in the heat, but don't like working out in the sun. So I kind of look for shade. Anyway, I'm going to try next week to get something planted in the greenhouse for fall. Might be, we'll see how it works. I wasn't going to put in a fall garden. I'm not putting in a fall outdoor garden. I'm just working on the inside in the greenhouses, because I do like to have it running throughout the year a little bit. I like to have some carrots out there, and I'm going to try the cabbage, I think, out there this year and see if it works, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, stay tuned for next week and see what I did decide. Remember to hit that like button. Please subscribe if you would, please. And hit the notification button so you know when I'm on next. So dream big, follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.